guys, Kavya here. Welcome back to my channel, Kavya Edits. As you could tell by the title, today is a kind of a different video. A video I've never done before, but a video I plan on doing a lot on this channel from now on, depending how the filming process of this goes. Because if it's too much for me, I will probably give up on it. But fingers crossed I won't. I don't think I will because I'm actually really excited about this. As you can tell by the title, this video is a reading vlog on The Risk by Elle Kennedy. Now, let me get something out of it. I know The Risk is part of the Briar U series, which is a spin-off of the Off-Campus series, which is 4 books in the Off-Campus series and 4 books in the Briar U series, and this is book 2 in the Briar U series. I've already read the other 6 books. So all the Off-Campus books, the 5 books I've already read, and I've already read The Chase. By the time I realized I actually really love watching reading vlogs and I want to vlog everything I read for the rest of my freaking life, I was halfway through The Chase, so there's that. Anyways, I want to make this channel more book based. Like, I feel like a lot of my previous videos are more show based, so I'm going to get into the book nitty gritty reading vlogs. Monthly wrap ups are going to come back, fingers crossed. And yeah, book recommendations I might start doing if you want me to do that. Let me know in the comment section below. Anyways, so yeah, I am so excited to read this book. This book is about Jake Connolly and Brenna Jensen, and I'm so excited to take you guys along on the journey of me loving this couple, because I know I'm gonna love them. Okay, because I saw them in The Chase. The tension was everything, and I already love Jake so much. Like, I don't know, something about Jake is just prediction. This, if I have to predict, this would most likely be a 5-star read because I've heard people talk about it. I don't know anything that happens, but I've read the blurb, so I know it's fake dating, yes, and enemies to lovers. Oh my god, my favorite ever trope. So yeah, this is a very long intro, so let's just get right into me fangirling. But before that, disclaimer. This video will be full of spoilers for The Risk. So if you have not read the book and you don't want to get spoiled, please do not watch this video because it's going to contain a lot of spoilers. So yeah, now let's get into the reading part. You lot, I don't think I'm going to get past chapter 1. He already has a nickname for her. He's called her Hottie twice in this chapter. Like, oh my god, do we already have a nickname? I love when like the hockey players like in this like off-campus and Barry like give their significant other like a nickname. It's just so wholesome and chef's kiss to me, and I love it. My heart. I'm in love. Like, Jake Connolly, marry me because I love you and I've already read 10 pages about you. Oh my god, I have a problem. I might have a problem. Like, oh my god.
Jake Connolly?
Huh?
What, Jake Connolly?
No, yeah. Jake Connolly might be my kryptonite. He's gonna kill me. I don't think I can't get past chapter 1.
You said that about Garrett.
And that's my. I did say that. I said that about a lot of guys. I said that about Garrett. I said that about Logan D. Tucker. I said that about Tucker. I didn't say about Fitz because the first half of the books I was for The Chase. I was Team Hunter, not Team.
I thought she was gonna give it a 3, but she gave it a 4. It's a pretty good.
The second half made it up. My brother is screaming, so I'm gonna end this part. I'm gonna finish chapter 1. So yeah, I think I have a thing for hockey team captains because Garrett was a team captain of Briar, and Jake's the team captain of Harvard. Okay. Can I just say, they're both Jake and Brenna. I was about to say Jenna. I don't know who the fuck is Jenna. Anyways, they claim like, oh my god, we don't like each other. Blah, blah. Jake goes, Brenna's a distraction. I don't want to be near her. And then Brenna goes, oh my god, Jake's the enemy from Harvard. I can't be with him. But like, it's so obvious they're both attracted to her. Like, literally, this is what Jake says in his POV. McCarthy's a sophomore and he's decent looking, but no way does he belong in Brenna's league. The girl is a smoke show. Hands down, she's one of the hottest women I've ever laid eyes on. You like her. Deny all you want. But then he goes, Brenna is gorgeous, but she's also a distraction. Who cares? You need distract. Jake, it's okay to get distracted. Goodbye, my father's coming. I'm back. Sorry, I have to say this. Is it just me, or does Brooke remind me of Dean? He's filthy rich, like Dean. And from what it seems like, he's also a mouthful. I don't, like Dean was before he met Allie. He's been changed. Like, oh my god, I wish we had a book for Brooks. Because I want him to find his own alley. But I know the next book is Hunters, and then the next book after that I know is Connors, but I don't know who Connor is. Okay, so I'm on page 35, and I just finished the whole Brenna's interview with what's his face, Mulder, the guy from HockeyNet. I don't like him already. I hate him. What's with the sexist comments? What's with not listening to Brenna when she's answering the questions you asked her? And then what's with just abandoning her and saying, come on Monday? No, dude, fuck you. So, okay, so I just finished chapter 4, and Tansy, is that how you say her name? I butcher a lot of names, so don't be surprised. Anyways, she is Brenna's cousin, and Brenna and her are getting ready together, and then Brenna's phone rings. Well, first there was a message from Summer. She misses her. My baby, my drama queen, I love her. A girl after my own heart. Anyways, and then Tansy goes, and then another message comes, Tansy, whatever her name is, I can't say it. And then she goes, why didn't you tell me you were still in touch with Eric? Who's Eric? Is it an ex? Oh my god, does Jake Connolly have, like, competition? I need to know. I love me some angst. I love competition. I love love triangles. Is it? I don't think this is a love triangle because they didn't mention it. Okay, I finished chapter 5. So it turns out Eric is Brenna's ex-boyfriend. Toxic from what it looks like. But I didn't give a shit about him. What I give a shit about is, well, Brenna. Is that how you say it? Brenna? I can't. Just let me know if I'm saying it wrong, okay? But anyways. While she was in the toilet of a bar, she heard 2 girls talking about Jake. How Jake and one of the girls had some steamy time together. And Brenna gets angry and he goes, how dare he tell me I can't be with McCarthy, or tell McCarthy that I'm distracting and shit like that, while he's like being a hypocrite. So now she's going to the bar that Jake's at currently, which is his favorite bar, which is called The Dime. I think that's, yeah, and oh my god, my bad bitch is about to do something bad. And I'm here for it. I love it. Thank you. Honestly, why does Brooks keep reminding me so much of Dean? Like, am I the only one who gets Dean vibes from Brooks? This is what Jake said about Brooks. My roommate can find a chick anywhere. Take him to a convent and he'd seduce a nun. Take him to a funeral and be banging the grieving widow in the bathroom. Or hell on the casket. Dude's a slut. Tell me that was not Dean for Ali. Hello? Why am I...
Does he have a book?
Who? No, but someone named Connor does. I don't know who Connor is, and I'm so scared about that book. Like, I'm so scared. Is it the play?
Why are you scared of it if you haven't met the girl?
Exactly.
And the boy.
Exactly.
So why are you scared?
Every book that I've gone to, I've met both of, like, the girl and the boy.
Well, probably the next book you're gonna see them. Because,
I don't know.
Because in the deal, you saw Logan and Grace.
I didn't see. Oh wait, we didn't see Grace in the deal.
Yeah, but you did see Logan. Mm-hmm. But the next book, you saw Dean.
No, we saw Dean from the deal.
You know.
Yeah, she's done. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Page 50, right? We're at page 50. Oh my god. And Brenna just walks into the bar where Jake is with his teammates. And then, so, this is Jake's point of view. A loud wolf whistle cuts through the rock music blasting in the bar. It comes from the direction of the pool table. The 2 men standing there have abandoned their game to gape at the entryway. I follow their stairs and yum. Brenna Jensen is marching across the room and she looks good enough to eat.
Did you say Jenna?
Brenna Jensen.
You said Jenna.
You lot. I love Jake. And I love Brenna. I love him so much. Also, can we just appreciate that Brenna just went and sat in Kobe's lap?
For Jake's punishment.
No, it's not. Jake, oh, and also, Jake is jealous because he goes, I experienced a weird tug in my stomach at the notion that she might have actually been into McCarthy. Jake, honey, you're jealous. And it's okay to be jealous, okay? It's okay. I understand. Brenna is hot. I want to be, Brenna, marry me. I would marry you. Please marry me.
They're still in the like club.
They're still enemies-ish. They're attracted to each other. No, they're not friends. They're not friends at all. Oh, I love it. I love it. Attention. You love the tension. Okay, I just finished chapter 6. Can I just say the power of Brenna Jensen? she's a powerful being, and she sits on Kobe's lap, right? And she has not only Kobe's attention, but she has everyone else's attention in like everyone else's Jake's teammates. And then so Jake goes to Brenna, did you come here to yell at me, Hody? Because that's not gonna bring poor sweet McCarthy back. And Jake goes, she's teasing you. This is payback for my perceived crimes against her. Then Brenna goes, actually, I happen to find Kobe incredibly appealing. And then Jake goes, I'm sure you do. You can do this, man. Crawl out of the darkness. And then Kobe goes, sorry, Jake. I think I love her. The effect of Brenna Jensen. Mate,
So
she
love. The key word
Mate,
is love.
okay, I love Jake. Okay, I love Jake. Jake. But Brenna. I don't know what to say about her. She's, oh my god. Okay, so I'm at page 62, okay? And I'll just like to say something about Hazel. So apparently she's Jake's friend. But I don't know why. Is this thing, I don't know why I get like kind of more than friends vibes from Hazel. Like I feel like, I don't know, I feel like she has a thing for him. Is that just me? Am I being like, am I overthinking? I feel like I might be overthinking, but the way she talks, I don't know why. I feel like Hazel might have a thing for Jake. But I get why she'll have a thing for Jake. But like, I know Jake hasn't had it because he always goes, you're my best friend, and blah blah blah. And Hazel's his best friend.
That she said.
Oh, he tells her about my parents, and she goes, oh my god, you should have called. I would have come for you. And he goes, oh, and then she goes, so what are you up to right now? If you want, I can drive up early and chill with you until the game. Okay, you know what? I might be overthinking. I might be, I'm being stupid. But I feel like in books,
she
right?
might have a little thing for him, but
in books, I can't fully trust any character unless you're like the main character. Like unless it's Jake or Brenna, I cannot trust. And someone's calling me. Goodbye. I just finished chapter 8 and I would like to say, holy shit. Okay, so let me start. So basically, Tansy, who's Brenna's cousin, I think I already said that, she ditches Brenna the night they're supposed to go to a club called the nightclub called the Bulldozer, but she ditches Brenna for her boyfriend, which, first of all, dick move. Don't do that. Don't ditch people if you're the one who's made plans. So pissed off Brenna in her like, she's like all ready for, in her outfit she goes and decides to like go to a bar by herself and shit, but she's in a really bad mood. And then this guy walks up to her and his name is Arani Dope, and he starts talking to her, but Brenna's not interested. She's in such a foul mood and she's like not interested. And then he starts telling her like his life story, and Brenna's like, why is this happening? And then while she's like looking around the bar trying to find a distraction, she sees Jake. And she's also pissed that Harvard just beat Princeton. So Harvard is now in the finals, and currently Briar is playing Yale. So either Yale or Briar is gonna go in the finals. And oh my god, she's really tense. And then Jake comes, right? There you are, babe. Draws a familiar voice. I'm sorry I'm late. The next thing I know, Jake strolls up, cups the back of my neck, and lowers his mouth to mine.
They kissed? They kissed? They kissed! But they am here.
I don't want to cry. I'm emotional.
Wait, did they kiss in front of Ronnie?
Jake just came out of nowhere. Like he's like playing along from the diner where Stacey assumed that they were dating, and now Jake's just like, there you are, babe. I'm sorry I'm late. Oh my god, I just started chapter 9, and then this is Jake's point of view. He goes, I don't plan on kissing her. I was merely going over there to save her from the dude she was clearly trying to escape. But her lips are right there, pouty and red, and so damn tempting. I can't resist. My mouth brushes over her in a tease of a kiss. I think it teases me more than it teases her, though, and I regret it almost instantly because, fuck, I want more. I want tongue. I want it all. Oh my god, I love it. I love it. So then Ronnie realizes this. He goes, blah, blah, blah. He goes, I was chatting up your girl. Sorry, bro. And then Jake goes, alright. And then he goes, I run a hand down her bam. It's a playful gesture, but also a possessive one. Translation, she's mine.
The boy always whispers and harder.
I'm done. You guys, Kavya said the guy asked, how long have you guys been together? Then Jake goes, about a year. And then Brenna goes, 1 year too many. And then Jake goes, ignore her. Trust me, she's obsessed with me, blows up my phone every day telling me how much she loves me. I think psychologists call that love bombing. Oh, and then Brenna goes, oh, don't get me started on love bombing. He writes me beautiful haiku every night before bed, usually about my lips and my eyes. And then Jake adds, he goes, and her ass. Cannot. This book is gonna kill me. I'm gonna be dead by the time I finish this book. So, oh my god, I love them. I love them so much. So they're at the bar, and then they're walking out. So then Brenna stops at the bar and hands the waiter a $20 bill. That should cover his beer too. She glances over her shoulder. Say thank you to your sugar mama, Jakey. Thank you. I flash an overly he grins at her. I can't read today at all. And then he goes, Daddy loves it when you take care of him.
What?
You can't be saying these things to me, Jake. You can't be saying this.
I don't think he's saying it to you.
I think my heart stopped. Like, I can't feel my heart.
Are you dying?
I might be. Jake can't. He's gonna kill
ambulance.
me. He's gonna kill me.
And if
Jake goes after, he goes, you don't hate me. And then he goes, you like me. And Brenna goes, on the contrary, I think you like me. And then Jake goes, you're alright. And then Brenna goes, nah, you think I'm more than alright. You've got a case of the Jensens. And then Jake goes, come on now, that's just crazy talk. Brenna goes, so you're saying if I asked you to go home with me right now, you'd say no? And then Jake goes, I'd say no. And then Brenna like walks closer to him, and they're like really close. And then she goes, I think you say yes. And then Jake goes, do you really believe I'm gonna fall for this trick? I saw you pull this on Chilton last night, remember? And I'm not as dumb as he is. And then Brenna goes, you're a man. All men are dumb. Facts. And then Jake goes, you talk a big game, babe. If I called your bluff, I think you'd be running out the door. Who's bluffing? You think I know? You are. I think all you do is bluff. And then he goes, if I take my hand and slide it under your dress, what would I find? Oh my god, is Mike gonna have a love interest? Is Rupi Mike's love interest? Because like Brenna and Summer were having we're at the diner together, right, and they're having breakfast or something, and then this girl just pops out of nowhere, and she goes and she introduces her. She goes, I'm Rupi Miller, and yes, that's a Hindi first name and a completely white bread last name. That's because my dad is a super white breed. He's really bland. He's a dentist, you guys. Like the definition of boring. My mom is awesome though. She used to be a huge Bollywood star. Bollywood, oh my god, she talked about Bollywood. You have my heart, Rupi. And she goes, I have a formal request. And then she goes, and then someone goes, a formal request for what? And then she goes, I want an introduction. And then Bren asks to whom? And she goes, Mike Hollis. And then she goes, because he's the most beautiful man in the world, and I think he's my soulmate, and I'd like to be introduced to him. Yes. Okay, so in the chase, and they even mentioned it in here, that Mike has a thing for Brenna. And if Rupi is for Mike, I'll be so happy if like Mike finally, because I love Mike. Mike deserves the world. Huh?
Mike had a thing for Brenna.
He still does. And if he gets like someone who like loves him, I'll be so happy. Like, see, Mike, like along with Brooks, I want to see a Mike book too. But I know it's not gonna happen. I'm like, there's so many side characters that I love, and I just want to see their love story. But it's not gonna happen unless Elle Kennedy decides to go back. But I don't think she's gonna ever write this series again. Page 107. I just finished chapter. What chapter is this? Chapter 11. Okay, end of this chapter. Brenna just says something. Okay, basically, contest. In this, Brenna's back at the hockey net. She's doing the interview again because last time she got something else came up, and the jerk person like told come back on Friday. She came back on Friday, and he's still not paying any attention to her, but he does pay attention to her when they talk about Jake. Oh my god. Anyways, and then Brenna goes, an idea forms in my head. It's insane. I'm aware it's insane, and yet I think maybe I don't care that it's insane. The idea is this. Well, I don't want to mention this before because I thought it might be a bit inappropriate, but Jake Connolly, he's my boyfriend. The fake dating, bring it on. Please, just okay. I love it. I love her and I love her brain, and Jake is her boyfriend. She is predicting the future. Go, queen. Okay, so sorry, page 110, and my number one boyfriend, Garrett Graham, just got mentioned by Jake. He goes, Bry's looking much sharper this year. I'm not sure what happened last season, except that ever since Garrett Graham graduated, they've had a tough time finding their offense breakout. Okay, I know it's not Garrett Grams, but just a mention of Garrett freaking Grams. Oh, I'm smiling so bad, I cannot stop. So Jake invited, Brenna invited Jake to a coffee shop to discuss about him being her fake boyfriend, because she didn't ask him when she told the guy that, and now the guy wants Jake and Brenna to come to a dinner at Friday night. So then Jake goes, so you want a date on Friday night? A fake date, Brenna goes. A fake date, Jake goes. Well, in return, I want a real one. And then she goes, a real what? And then Jake goes, a real date. You get a fake date, I get a real one. When I read this in the blurb, I don't think Jake literally would ask her for a real date, but I'm so happy. Like, I'm so happy. My heart's exploding. Like, okay, so apparently Ed Miller lives in Beacon Hill, right? Tell me why as soon as I saw Beacon Hill, my first thought went to Teen Wolf. Hello, am I going to see Scott McCall and Styles Stilinski? Because if I am, I'm very happy, but I don't think I am. But seriously, why does my mind go straight to Teen Wolf? Okay, page 131, and Jake looks at Brenna, and they're in the car. They're going to the Ed Muller, whatever his name is. I can't say it. You know who I'm talking about. Anyways, they're going to his house as their first fake date. And then Jake goes to Brenna. He goes, you look weird. Brenna, weird how? You're wearing a lip gloss, and it's pink. Because you know, Brenna's signature is red lipstick, right? And then Brenna goes, so? And then Jake goes, so I don't like it. And then Brenna goes, you don't? Oh no, let me run home and choose a makeup palette that's more to your liking. Then Jake looks at her in amusement. He goes, fine, disregard my opinion, but I dig the red lips. The pink ones aren't doing it for me. I love them. I know this is just like a small moment, but I just love them. They're everything to me. I think I've said this a lot, but you're gonna hear this throughout this bloody book because I love them. Where can I find a Jake Connolly? Because I really need one, okay? Page 134. So they're at the dinner, right? But the boys are at one side and then the girls at one side. Brenna hates this, right? Because Jake is like in a conversation with like a hockey player, like a famous hockey player, and with the person from hockey now, and then his brother. Well, she's stuck with these people who are talking about shit that she doesn't care about. Then so she goes, I stare longingly at Jake, who's involved in an animated discussion with Nils, who's a hockey player. He must sense my gaze on him because suddenly he glances over. I see understanding dawn in his eyes. Then he says something to Nils before waving to me. Babe, come here and tell them your conspiracy theory about Kolsky and the refs. He understands her already. Like, Jake. I'm not okay. As I've said, oh my god. I absolutely hate Ed Mulder. What the So Brenna was talking to Nils, yeah, and then Brenna looks at him and she sees him smiling at him. She's like, oh my god, did I impress him? And then you know what he says? The fucking asshole goes, sorry, it's just funny sometimes. You know, hearing hockey stats and breakdowns coming from a woman, it's cute. Excuse me? Even Brenna's angry. And then Jake, baby, he comes to his girlfriend's rescue. He goes, stats knowledge is one of the main talents Brenna brings to the table. And then Ed goes, I bet she does. And he lays at her chest for several seconds before winking and clapping Jake on the shoulder. And Brenna wants to slap him, and Jake sees that on her face and he just shakes his head. He goes, there's no point because she's not going to be doing herself favors. But I hope and I pray Jake or Brenna, one of them, freaking kick him in the area. Just do something to him. I can't, if in this whole book, like we have this much left, right? We have like more than half left, okay? If he gets away with such sexist comments, I'm not having this. I need something to be done about him. I'm sorry. Yep. Okay, so after the dinner, Jake and Brenna go to a bar because Brenna's pissed at Jake because he kind of left her after the dinner and went into like the man cave, whatever it was, and he left Brenna alone with a woman. And despite knowing that Brenna was like wanting to impress more Ed, I'm gonna call him Ed because I can't say his last name, but Jake also wanted to impress the hockey player who's going to play with next year as a rookie. But anyways, so they go to the bar and then they're drinking and things get a bit like interesting. Brenna goes, "You're very sexy," and he goes, "I know. You're very cocky. I know that too." And then he goes, "You're very sexy. I know, and cocky. That too." And then Jake goes, "Guess that makes us two peas in a pod." And then Brenna goes, "Maybe, and that's probably why it would never work." And then Jake goes, "Work? What do you mean work?" And then Brenna goes, "As a couple." And then Jake laughs. He goes, "Who says I want us to be a couple? Right now, I want to see if there's chemistry." And then Brenna goes, "Of course we have chemistry. We both know we have chemistry. There's never been a single doubt as to whether or not we have chemistry. So why don't you cut this bullshit about needing to find out and just tell me what you really want?" "Fine," he goes. "I want to kiss you." I need that kiss before this night ends. I need this kiss down to chapter 16 and it's Brenna's point of view, and I need the damn kiss. The tension between these two is so much. Like, I thought Summer and Fitzy had a tension. I mean, these two have so much tension between them. It's insane, and I'm loving it. I love when the main couple has tension before they get together. It's so enduring and loving. And is it loving, enduring? I don't think that's the right adjective. It's really nice to read. Yeah. Oh my god, Brenna finally goes. She goes, "One kiss," and then Jake goes, "You won't be satisfied with just one." I know if Jake Connolly kisses me, I would not be satisfied with one. So yes, Jake, I do agree with you. I don't think Brenna's gonna be satisfied with one because it's you and you're amazing and I love you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first and probably only Dean De Laurentiis mention in page 153 of The Risk. I know it's really small, but it's something, and I take the crumbs. Like, first Garrett was mentioned, and now Dean is. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. So Jake looks at Brenna and he realizes she's like kind of panicking. He goes, "You're overthinking." Brenna goes, "How do you know that?" And he goes, "You always get the same look on your face when you're analyzing something. You're questioning why you're here," which she totally was. And then she goes, "Aren't you?" And then he goes, "No, I told you, we've got chemistry. I want to see where it goes." And then she goes, "It won't go anywhere, Connolly, so get that idea out of your head. The only reason I'm here is because you bullied me into a date." He goes, "Keep telling yourself that, babe." And then Brenna goes, "Do I feel a little bit tingly when he calls me babe? Yes. Do I like that sensation? Not at all." You like it, Brenna, whether you want to admit it or not. You have a thing for Jake, why'd I say Jake O'Connolly? It's not O'Connolly. I don't know why. It's Jake Connolly. You have a thing for him, and it's okay. It's okay to have a thing for him because I have a thing for him, and everyone who has probably read this book has a thing for him because he's amazing. And I'm like not even halfway there. Like, it's just I knew it. I knew something was gonna happen. I just finished chapter 18 and it was all about the date. I think all of it was about the date, was it? Yeah, it was about the Dan Brenners and about what they did in the backseat of, well, it's actually Brooks. It's Brooks's Mercedes, it's not even Jake's car. They did not do the Devil's Tango, but they did something else. Oh my god, can I just say how much I love Jake so much? So he texted Brenna then I don't know, a few days later, and then in this chapter, and he goes, can I call you? What did he say? He goes, "Can I call you?" They end up calling and then talking, and then he asks her, he asks, "When's our next fake date?" And then Brenna goes, "Fake date?" He goes, "Yeah, when do we need to pull the wool over Mulder's eyes again?" And then she goes, "Most likely never. It's not like we've been invited to do anything else." "Why? Why do you even want to?" And he goes, "Because isn't that the arrangement? A real date for a fake one, and I want a real one." And then Brenna goes, "You just want to have sex with me?" And he goes, "Yes, badly." And then he goes, and she goes, And then she goes, well, I think the fake date ship has sailed, I'm afraid. And he goes, what about the real date ship? And then she goes, I think that one might still be in the harbour. And then he goes, good, let's try to do something this weekend, maybe after the charity game. Yes, I love when a guy chases a girl. Yep. Oh my god, I just finished reading chapter 20. Oh my god, Jake just showed up at Brenna's house. What her dad is hoping he threw rocks out her window, but Brenna thought it was a raid. So Jake called her, is like, am I throwing rocks at your father's window or yours? And then Brenna goes, that's you throwing rocks. I thought it was a raid. Oh my god, I love him. And then Brenna made him climb the drain pipe. And he actually did it. The fact that Jake only did it. And then he entered her bedroom and then she asked him, he goes, why are you here? And then he goes, I came because I wanted to see you. I just finished chapter 21 and I'm like, what am I reading? I'm not happy with what just I read. Okay, first of all, that chapter started off amazing. But Brenna and Jake end up 69. Yep, that's all. And then the dad nearly catches Jake, but Brenna pushes him into the room and doesn't let her dad meet him, so then he doesn't find out. Then after she comes back, she tells Jake they can't keep doing this. But then Jake tells her, I want to keep seeing you. But even though he realizes that she's a distraction, that's not, it most likely won't freaking work out, right? And then she goes, that's great, Jake, but I just told you, I'm done. And then he goes, I don't think you mean it. And then she goes, how about you don't tell me what I mean or don't mean? It's time for you to go. And then he leaves from the front door, this time not from the dorm, because the father promised not to come or like to interrupt. And then he goes, you really don't want to see each other anymore? And then she goes, I can't deal with this right now. Just go, Jake, please. I'm not happy. I'm so not. But why is... Okay, maybe because I don't get it. Like, why is being the coach, the daughter of the coach from Briar and the star player of Harvard such a thing? But just tell him, like, Brenna's right. She is an adult, right? But I feel like something happened with Eric that made her father not trust her anymore, and now she doesn't want to disappoint him. And I get that. I'm just like, screw it. If you really have feelings for this man, but I don't think she's realized she has feelings for him. But I think Jake, I feel like Jake, he's gonna fall first. I feel like I'm halfway through this, and I feel like Jake is the one who's gonna realize first that he's in love with Brenna. I don't know. I feel like the Off Campus and Briar U series have like a thing where the boy always realizes first they're falling. I think Garrett realized first, Logan realized first. Well, no, to be fair, Grace had a thing for Logan, but I feel Logan realized he loved her first, right? And then obviously Dean with the whole can't get rid of Ali from his head, and then Tucker knew he wanted to be with Sabrina since the moment he laid his eyes on her. And then Fitz and Summer are kind of different. I guess Briar U might be different because Summer did fall Fitzy first, but still I feel like Fitzy felt harder. Fitz, whatever. But this book, it was all going so well. Why did we have to have conflict? I don't like conflict. Is it even a conflict? But it's like they weren't even together, so does that count as breakup? What the fuck does it count as? I don't know. And I've ridden for 3 minutes now, so I'm gonna go now. Okay, so I just finished chapter 22 of The Risk, and I would like to point out, I don't like Hazel. You guys, she's in love with Jake. It's so obvious. And the way she tried to like put in Jake's head that it was all Brenna's plan, that she broke up with him to like to get in his head, to like distract him from the game. I'm like, no. And then I love how Jake and Jake goes, Brenna's not like that. And then she goes, would you bet your life on it? And I love Jake. He goes, I don't need to bet my life on it. But yes, I'm confident that this isn't some dastardly plot on her end. Mate, she's in love with Jake and she's jealous of Brenna. And if in the future she does anything to hurt my ship, we're gonna have a problem, Hazel. I don't like you. I don't know. Like, I'm so possessive of my ships, and I do not appreciate Hazel. She's so in love with Jake. if I'm wrong by the end of this book, then I will apologize to you, Hazel, and if you're just being a concerned friend. But I think you're jealous of Brenna, and you're trying to make Jake stay clear of her. But it's Jake Connolly. He loves her, even if he doesn't realize it. Yeah, he wants her because he is miserable without her, and I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, finish chapter 23. Can I just say I love Brooks? So they were at a meeting, a team meeting with all of the Harvard players, and Jake was there. His mind was still occupied with Brenna, and we love it. And I have to talk about something in the end for later. And then Brooks just starts asking him if his butt is a bubble butt, and then on the projector he opens up gay porn, and he actually starts like comparing, and then the coach comes and he goes, it is identical, and he's like full on devastated that he has a bubble butt, and I'm like, I've never heard of this until now. So you learn something new every day, even though I did not want to learn this. Also, then Jake's coach gives Jake's a lecture about getting distracted, right? So when Jake comes out of the thing, he goes, coach's speech got to me, but not in the way I'm sure he hoped. I don't want to be the man who gets hurt by one moment and goes on to despise the entire sex. I don't want to be bitter and angry. I can't force Brenna to go out with me again, but at least I can let her know that she's still on my mind. Hey hottie, he texts her. Me again. Feel free to keep avoiding me, but just know I'm here if you change your mind. Dead. I'm dead. Goodbye. Yeah, I don't like Hazel. I would like to just say I hate her. She just came up to Brenna and goes, stay away from Jake. I know what you're doing. Me and Jake have always looked out for each other. We're always going to look out for each other. No! I don't like her. Okay, you're looking out for your friend, but that's not the only thing you're doing. You're in love with Jake, and you know that. That's why you're trying to keep Brenna away from him, because you know she's a threat, because you know Jake has more than attraction to her. He's in love with her. I don't care what anyone tells me. Hazel, fuck off. Seriously. I'm mad. Brenna better tell Jake about this. Jake needs to hear about what his so-called best friend's been doing. He told her to keep it a secret. He told her to not talk to anyone about it. But no, where does she go? She goes and confronts Brenna. After giving her a stink eye in the coffee shop for like 45 minutes. Like, what the fuck? I guess I finished chapter 24. I'm so happy. So after, I'm not happy. I'm not happy about Brenna losing this. So she lost the internship, but I'm happy that the first person Brenna called after losing the internship was Jake. And then her and Jake met up and they had a stupid moment, but before it could go anyway, Jake's coach entered the room. First her father didn't see anything, but the coach literally just entered and they're like getting really steamy. I just hope now that they're together they stay, well, they're not together, but now like no more staying around, no more shit, because I'm tired of that. I don't want it. Even though, like, it wasn't for that long, though. And Brenna still has to tell Jake about Hazel, because I'm not having this. The girl is shady. Okay, I finished chapter 26. I love Brooks, Brenna, and Jake playing Scrabble together after the storm. Also, can I just point out, Coach has, Jake's coach did, oh, I just moved my light. Anyway, Jake's coach did recognize Brenna as Briar's coach, Chad Jensen's daughter. And they do have a rivalry, so I'm a bit easy gonna tell, but I don't know. Anyways, but they were having such a nice game of Scrabble, and then Eric called, and Jake saw the name Eric on Brenna's phone, and he got so jealous. And then Brooks saw his face, and it was like, and then for Jake, Brooke asked, who's Eric? And I just want Brenna to tell Jake who's and just get it over and done with, because I'm over Eric. I don't even know who he is. I don't know the story. I just know they were toxic and he's into drugs. But now he just, in the end of this chapter, he called her saying, I don't know where I am, blah, blah, blah. And I think Brenna's going to go pick him up. And I don't think Jake's going to leave her. So I think Jake might meet Eric. Just get it out and done with it, because Jake and Brenna, they need to get rid of Eric and they need to get rid of Hazel. And then I'll be happy. Also, just tell the dad everything. Just get it over and done with. It's got this much left. I just want them to be exclusive. Like, I just want boyfriend and girlfriend. And I want the I love you before this book ends. Thank you. Okay. I finished chapter 26. Oh my god. Jake, Brooks, and Brenna went and rescued Eric. And he was so out of it, he didn't know where he was. And then they found him like in a bush, like 45. And And then Brenna opened up to both Brooks and Jake about her history with Eric. Oh god. And then Eric thanked her, but then he asked her for money. So Jake had enough. So when Brenna went to call Eric's mother from her house, Jake turned to Eric and he goes, "You're gonna stop calling Brenna. She's not your friend. You're stressing her out. She risked her life because there was a huge storm and something could have happened to her if she came alone. And luckily, and then poor, she's so exhausted at the end of this chapter. Jake asked, "Do you want me to take you home?" And then she goes, "Can I spend the night at your place?" I'm like, yes. But I love protective Jake. I like how Jake, even though he's like this, it could be a problem, he refused to like let Brenna be alone. And Brooks, he tagged along because Brooks didn't want Brenna to be alone either. And I love the trio. I love when the best friend, like a significant other, becomes your friend as well. It's so nice and it's so wholesome and it's really nice. And this, I don't know why this chapter kind of like made me emotional. I don't know why, I'm kind of emotional, but nonetheless, after chapter 27, finish chapter 27. Brenna and Jake just did the devil's tango for the first time, and it was actually worth the wait. But it was kind of short, I don't know, but it was actually so sweet, and I actually really liked. That's all I like to say. Thank you. I just finished chapter 29. It was in Jake's point of view, and it was about the game between Briar and Harvard. What the fuck just happened? Everyone's playing so aggressively, which I expect, but this again, like full on by the end of the game, everyone started fighting everyone because turns out Hunter slept with Jonah, who's no. Hunter slept with Jonah, who's a player of Harvard's, his girlfriend. He didn't realize that. So then Jonah was so angry and he kept provoking him, and then he ended up breaking Hunter's wrist. He like pushed Hunter and he broke Hunter's wrist, and then Nate. He punched Jonah. What is happening? Harvard and Briar, what the fuck? Hunter! But to be fair, it's Violet's fault. Jonah can't be. Violet didn't tell Hunter that she had a boyfriend. Let alone that was Jonah. This isn't Hunter's fault. I don't blame this on Hunter. It's Violet's fault, and Jonah should be angry at Violet for not telling Hunter this. But yeah, what the fuck did I just read? The game was so intense though. Jake's head, like the way he thinks about the game, it's so good. Like it's actually so good. I absolutely love it. And I'm really enjoying this. It's like, I love this book so much. Like I'm loving it. So the game's over, and obviously Harvard won after losing both because Briar lost Hunter and Nate, so they weren't that good. So Harvard won, and which is fine and all. But then the coach Harvard's coach just outed Jake and Brenna to Brenna's dad, because he goes, "Oh, I thought you were an honorable man. You tried to pimp your daughter out to Conley to distract him." I'm so scared. I swear, I don't want this book because it's like I want them to be happy. I swear to God, if her father forces Brenna to stay away from Jake, we're gonna have a problem. Like we're gonna have a serious problem, because Coach, I love you since the deal, okay? Please don't make me not love you. Like, come on, please don't separate Jake and Brenna. Okay, so I just read chapter 31. Coach Jensen just kicked Brenna out. He literally, because he told Brenna to stay away from Jake, and Brenna's like, no. I'm pissed. But on the right side, I just read the first page of the next chapter. It is Jake and Brenna's moved in with him. So thank you for that, Coach. But I don't appreciate your dick behavior. You can't hold Brenna's high school actions against her for the rest of her life. That's not right. She's growing up as a person. If you keep reminding her of the past, she's not going to be able to let go of it and live the future with Jake. So I'd appreciate if you got over your... Also, all the guys being petty towards Brenna, Nate, and then Hunter texting her, I broke my wrist in 2 places, thank you, boyfriend. It's like, it's not Jake's fault, it's not Brenna's fault. Like, Hunter, maybe next time ask the girl if she has a boyfriend for sleeping with him. And Nate, maybe don't punch someone in the freaking while you're playing hockey. It's like, why are you doing all these things when you know you're... Eric, why are you doing all this when you know you're gonna get ejected from the game? Like, it's your fault, so stop being babies about it. Okay, so I just finished chapter 32. This might be my favorite chapter because of various reasons. First of all, Brenna moved in with Jake after her father kicked out, and Jake, like the gentleman he is, he cleared out a drawer for her. Also, Jake and Brenna then, Jake was making popcorn for the movie night. Him and Brenna were gonna have Kayla, the girl who's hooking up with Brooks but is actually interested in Jake, comes up to Jake and goes, "So, Jake Conley's got a girl spending the night." And then Jake goes, "Yeah." She goes, "Must be serious." And then Jake doesn't answer because he goes, "It's none of her freaking business." But then she says, "Should I ask him, or is it not serious?" And then Brenna comes out of the room wearing her pajamas and she goes, "Oh, it's very serious." And then she goes to Kayla, "Aren't we so cute? We're like Romeo and Juliet." Also, Brenna told Jake about Hazel, so thankful for that. But Jake didn't react. He just thinks like she's being protective. But Brenna did hint to Jake that she might have feelings for you. But Jake is like, no, blah, blah, blah. Also, at the end of the chapter, they're doing the deed. And then after they did it, Brenna goes, "I like you, Jake." And then Jake goes, "I like you too." But then in mind, he goes, "I more than like her. I think I'm falling for her." It's a feeling I've never experienced before, and that's how I know it's real. It's not lust. Trust me, I know lust. This is something entirely new. I am definitely falling for this girl. I've been waiting so long. 312 pages. First person is starting to fall in love and I'm here for it. It's about freaking time. I am like kind of choked up. You can tell by my voice. I just finished chapter 33 in which Brenna opened up to Jake about her and Eric's past and why her dad is so disappointed in her. My poor baby had a miscarriage. I feel so like emotional. I don't know why. Like obviously, like she's nearly gonna die. But now, okay, I know Coach is like, "Oh my god, like my daughter and all that, right?" Like, why would you do that? But like, why would you be disappointed in her? Why would you not be there for your daughter? Like, why don't you just forgive her? I feel so bad for Brenna. Like, I get where the coach is coming from, but I also get Brenna. She was young. She was 16. She didn't know what to do. She was scared out of her mind. Like, I actually feel like I might cry. I love Jake. So Jake always wears this pink and purple bracelet, right, for his games, and thinks as he believes it brings him good luck, right? So Brenna's like, she wants to go talk to her father today, and she doesn't know if he'll listen to her. And so Jake then gives her the bracelet, like his lucky charm bracelet, so he'll give her good luck. Just finished chapter 35. Fuck Hazel. Fuck Jake. I'm sorry, you're telling me Jake Conley is supposed to be Garrett Graham's level? Tell me, when did Garrett dump Hannah? When did Garrett hurt Hannah for hockey? No! Jake. Fucking Hazel. This is all Hazel's fault. I hate her. I hate her with everything I have. She filled Jake's mind with, "My hockey come first. You're a senior. She's a junior. How are you gonna do a long distance relationship? Oh my gosh, you were late once. Like, he was late once. Big deal. Get the fuck over it." Look, no, I'm sorry, Jake. This whole book, like this much, you are it for me. You might have been number one if you continued this behavior, but you hurt Brenna, and that's not acceptable. Sorry. You've immediately be demoted. You're not Garrett Graham's level. Why did everyone tell me he's Garrett Graham? Garrett Graham will never do this. And I shouldn't be comparing, but I am, because it's the same series, so bite me. I'm actually so mad. I'm actually so mad. Especially this line hurt me. This line, I'm going to tell you this line, okay? Jake goes to Brenna, "I need to be there for my team." And then and Brenna's head, she goes, "What about me?" I want to shout, "Why can't you be there for me?" I thought you loved her, Jake. I thought you were falling in love with her. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I've got this much left, right? He better make some big Logan move. Like, he better announce it in fucking radio or something. Do a Logan, do a campus-wide rule. Do something! Please, just do something! My heart. Brenna and Coach finally made things right, and then Brenna realized her dad wasn't ashamed of her. It's because he whenever he looked at her, he saw he in his mind he always saw like the picture of her dying, like her unconscious on the floor, and then Brenna's father realized that his actions made Brenna think that he was ashamed of her, so now they're both gonna work better. So I guess that's the one thing, like, good happened, but I'm still pissed at Jake. Still no Jake, but don't give a shit about him right now. Honestly, I'm actually really mad at him. So, but I'm not mad at Coach anymore because I get where he was coming from and I get where Brenna was coming from. I'm glad they're both working towards a clean slate. So, good job, Coach. Okay, so I finished chapter 37, and I love Hollis, Hunter, Ruby, and Brenna, the whole thing. So when Brenna entered the off-campus house, remember, like, where the guys live, right? Then she saw Hollis was like upset, and she realized that Ruby dumped him, and then she patched them up, and then they talked, and then she talked to Hunter and Hollis, and they assured her they're not mad at her for Jake. They understand, but then she told him Jake dumped him, and Hollis goes, this proves my point, the Harvard guys are dumbasses. He goes, hasn't he seen you? You're the hottest girl on this planet. I'm like, yes, Hollis. Make my girl feel better, and I love him. Also, in the end of the chapter, Hunter tells Brenna he's taking a vow of celibacy, so he's not gonna sleep around at all. So I know his book is next, so I'm guessing that's like the plot of the book. Like, he's gonna find someone hot, but he can't sleep with them, her. So I'm actually really quite excited how that plays out, because I can't wait to get into Hunter's head. Hunter, I've been intrigued with since, I think, The Mistake. Was he in The Mistake? And I got to know him better more in the school because Dean took him under his wing. But I think we first saw him in the school. In The Mistake. So I'm actually really excited for Hunter's book. But also, so far, still nothing about Jake. I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all. Okay, I finished chapter 40. And I'm going red with you because I'm sitting in front of the heater because it's really cold here in Australia. Why did I say it like that? Australia. Anyways, I have two things to say. First of all, Fitz and Mike cornering Jake to like lecture him about breaking Brenna's house. It was more Mike, and Fitz drove him, but I love Mike so much. But then Jake tells Mike that he already realizes that, and he's gonna talk to Brenna after the game, which I'm good. Also, once again, fuck Hazel. Brenna gave her Jake's lucky bracelet, right, that Jake always has, and she gave it to Jake she gave it to Hazel to give it to Jake, and she doesn't give it to him. She doesn't give him the bracelet back. And I'm like, Hazel, go fuck yourself. I don't like you. If Jake is still friends with this girl, even after everything she's done, I hate her. Oh my god, Brenna was gonna leave. I hope she hasn't left. I hope she's there to support Jake. Oh my god, imagine it's not the bracelet that's Jake's lucky charm now, it's Brenna. Because in the deal, remember when Briar beat Harvard for like first time in a million years, Garrett goes, I think Hannah's my lucky charm. So what if this time it's Jake's lucky charm? Fingers crossed. Still, fuck Hazel. Stan Mike and Fitz. Even though Fitz just drove Mike and he didn't say much, but Stan both of them. We love them. Okay, so Hazel kind of redeemed herself. She actually gave Jake the bracelet after, and she admitted to him that she does have feelings for him, but at the same time she agreed to, because Jake left her phone, his phone, so she agreed to help him get Brenna back, because she knows he won't be able to get on that ice without fixing things with Brenna. So okay, Hazel, you might not be as bad as I think, but can we just appreciate this? So Hazel asked Jake, is she on Facebook or Insta? You can DM her from my phone. Jake goes, we don't need social media. I have her number memorized. And Hazel goes, really? You memorized her number? Jake nods. Wow, Hazel goes, I don't even have my own mother's number memorized. So then Jake goes, I wanted it to be in my brain in case I ever lost it. Then Hazel goes quiet, and then Jake goes, what? It's just, she looks oddly impressed. You really are in love, huh? Yeah, I am. Then go fucking fix things with the girl who you screwed up with, okay? Get on it! I just finished the last chapter for the rest. All I have left is to read the epilogue, which I'll be reading. But oh my god, this is my favorite. There's so many moments I need to talk about. I need to read that to you. So Brenna meets up with Jake at the locker room after he texts her through Hazel's phone. So then Brenna goes, you broke up with me, Jake, remember? You said you didn't want to see me anymore and that I was a distraction, and now you're dragging me to the locker room before such a crucial game. How's this not a distraction? What do you want from me? You, he blurts out. Me what? That's what I want. I want you, he says simply. Oh my goodness gracious me! And then he goes, I was stupid, and now I'm asking you for forgiveness, and I'm asking you to give me another chance. Why would I do that? Brenna asks. Because I love you. And then Brenna goes, you hurt me. I know I did, and you can't even imagine how awful I feel about that, but I can't change it. All I can say is that I'm sorry, and that I'll do everything in my power to never hurt you again. If you want me to beg, I'll beg. If you want me to jump through hoops, bring them on. I'd spend every waking hour until I have to report to training camp proving to you that how much you mean to me. Proving that I'm worthy of you. You can't be saying stuff like this to me, Jake. I'm not ready for this book to end. I'm gonna just got the epilogue left. God, this is a long ass vlog. I just started the epilogue, and this is the first thing I read. This is from Brenna's point of view. The last time I went to the Frozen Four, it was to cheer for my dad's all-star crew, Garrett Graham, Summer's brother Dean, and the two Johns, Logan and Tucker. The mention of these four boys makes me so happy. I just wanted to come here and let you know that, if you don't know. And it's done. I've officially finished The Risk by Elle Kennedy, book 2 in the Briar series. Oh my god, the epilogue was everything! Oh my god. So Brenna's gonna be working with ESPN with Georgia Barnes, I think her name is, and Jake won the Frozen 4 championship, and now he's gonna be pro, and everything's just so good. I love this book so much. I am gonna write my Instagram review for this and get my head straight, and then tomorrow, because it's quite late already, so I want to like get that done. I just want to, I don't know what I want to do, play The Sims for a bit, and then tomorrow I'll come back and give you my final thoughts and my rating for this book, because I haven't decided. I think it's most likely a 5 stars. I mean, come on, like, probably is. Alright, so it's the next morning, and here are my final thoughts about The Risk by Elle Kennedy. So I ended up giving this book 5 out of 5 stars, though I was a bit like, don't want to give it 4.5 or 5, because the whole Brenna and Jake breakup, I found it unnecessary, but then I'm like, at the same time, everything else just made me like, I'm like, okay, I can ignore that. Like, I'm kind of like, I really don't want to give this 4.5 stars. So I did end up giving it 5 out of 5 stars, because I think Brenna and Jake deserve nothing more than 5 stars. So final thoughts. While reading The Chase, I knew I was gonna love Brenna and Jake, but I did not expect to love them as much as I actually ended up loving them. Like, oh my god, they're top tier. Like, from the 2 Briar couples, top tier couple right here. The chemistry between these 2 characters was off the charts. Like, we obviously saw that in The Chase, but seeing it here was even better because I loved it so much. Like, their whole development from enemies to fake dating, 2 lovers was done so well. Like, I love Elle Kennedy's fake dating trope. She did it with Hannah and Garrett, and she did it with these 2, and you know, when fake dating and Elle Kennedy is involved, you know it's going to be a good read. So also, is it just me? I feel like when couples start off as enemies, like, the chemistry between them is so much like better or passionate, and I feel like this is, well, if it's done right, enemies to lovers, even friends to lovers, everything, well, every trope needs to be done right for it to be good. So I was really, and this was bloody done well. Let's talk about the characters. Brenna Jensen is our bad bitch with a huge heart. I love how she was determined to not give up on her dreams and fight the whole sexism in the sports field. And I was cheering her on throughout this whole book, and I loved that she did not work with that Ed guy. I hated him with everything I had. There was no redeeming quality about him, and I was like, he does not deserve for Brenna to be working with him, because Brenna deserves better, which she did at the end of the book. She did get better, and I'm like, yes, that's what we want. I also loved how Brenna knew she was flawed, but she knew how to learn from her past mistakes. Like, she didn't ignore what she did in the past, but she learned from it and she became a stronger and a better person. And that, my friends, is called character development, which I love in a book. So I don't want to read about the same person from the first page to the last page. I want development, and I did get that of both Jake and Brenna, so that was nice. Now let's talk about Jake Connolly. I'm not gonna lie, till he broke up with Brenna, he was up there with Garrett Grimes. Like, they were like the same level, but now he's like right underneath Garrett, but he is still my number 2 off-campus / rivalry boyfriend, because I love him so much. He is the perfect mixture of a college sweetheart and that sexy athlete. I love him. I love Jake so much. Also, let's talk about the side characters for a second, aka Brooks. You know, I think I've said this, Brooks, Hollis, and Ruby. Chef's kiss. I love those 3 so much. I want a Hollis and Ruby book, and I want Brooks to find his own alley. You know why? Because to this day, I think Brooks is another Dean. Like, he reminds me so much of Dean. I don't know why. Before I leave, I'm going to tell you, so I've read 2 books from the Barry series called The Chase and The Risk. So, I'm going to tell you where I rank each book. This is number 1. The Risk for me is number 1 now, because where this comes number 1. So, The Chase is number 2, because as much as I love Summer and Fitz, I loved Brenna and Jake even more. This obviously isn't the final ranking, because I still have 2 more books to read, which I'll also be vlogging, so look out for that one. Anyways, this is my final thoughts on The Risk by Elle Kennedy. I know this is a very, very long vlog, and I'm so sorry about that. As I get more into reading vlogs, I will get better, but for now, this is what you're gonna get. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to be notified every time I upload. Also, in the comment section below, comment down what you gave The Risk. Like, what rating was your favorite The Risk? Anyways, this is a long ass video, so I'm gonna end this here. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.